What's happening, guys? So today I want to talk about when quitting is actually okay. So one of the things that you guys have probably heard me say 1,000 times by now is don't quit. Never quit. Always keep going. If you want to reach your goals, you have to keep going. It's going to be hard. It's okay. Push through. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm always pressing this and pushing it all the time. And I've had some people, especially now that I've made some changes and I'm no longer powerlifting, I'm now switching towards bodybuilding, and I have switched up my life. I've moved from Minnesota to Florida. I've quit my old job and I got into coaching, and all these changes have happened. You know, some people will say some things like, well, if you're not supposed to quit, then why did you quit powerlifting? Or why did you quit your old job? Or this and that. And I don't know if these comments are like, if they're meant to be with a little bit of sarcasm, or if they're really just not understanding what I'm trying to say. So I wanted to kind of address this because quitting doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, all right? If you don't have a passion for something anymore, if your goals are changing and if you want to do something different, then you're going to have to quit some other things. You're going to have to quit old behaviors, and that's okay. But the thing that you really have to ask yourself when it comes to quitting something is, it really boils down to this. Are you running towards something, or are you running away from something? Right? That's the biggest thing to me. So the things that you don't want to quit on are the things that are really, truly important to you, that you really want to have, but you just feel like it's going to be too difficult. It's not worth the effort. It's just something that's going to be really, really difficult, and it scares the crap out of you, so you quit. That's the kind of quitting that I'm talking about. Those are the things that you don't want to do, because that's not going to make you happy. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You know, as soon as you stop going after what you do want, you're automatically going to get what you don't want. And what we do is we quit to give ourselves pain relief, right? So we're in pain, we feel like we're failing, we feel like things aren't going very well, and it becomes difficult, and it causes us this pain. And it's hard to accept the fact that you're not doing well at something, so we quit. But that quitting just brings further pain down the road. You know, Les Brown said you can either pay now or you can pay double later. If you quit on what you want now, it might bring short-term pain relief, but it's going to be much worse down the road, especially if you're looking back with regret, or you try again and now you have to start from square one and you undid all the progress that you'd already made. It's just a really difficult thing. So that's the big difference between quitting something and moving on to something else. All right, there's a big, big difference. All right. If you want to make changes, if you want to do something different, you're going to have to let go of some things. You're going to have to quit some things. Like, it's just how it works. So quitting isn't always bad, but it just depends on what it is you're actually quitting and why you're quitting something. So biggest thing is, if it's important to you, if you really want it, if you're going to live with regret by quitting, don't quit. Keep going. Push through. I don't know what it is. I cannot tell you why this happens, but I swear to you, every time in my entire life when things have gone really bad and I've gotten to a really bad place and I felt like it was too hard and that I was going to fail and that it wasn't worth the effort and I felt like I should maybe quit, but I did not. Every single time something big has happened after that, like right after I have the breakthrough. It happens all the time. I think back to, okay, when I was living in Minnesota and we were trying to sell our house, and it was on the market for like 6 months and we hadn't had a single offer, and it was looking like, okay, the fall was coming up, and you know, it's trying to sell a house in the winter in Minnesota is practically impossible, especially if your house has already been on the market for 3/4 of a year. So I remember getting to this place like, it's just not going to work, and we're going to have to try later. It's going to fail. And I remember I had a blog at the time, which I don't have it anymore, but I remember writing an article on my blog, and I wrote about how the house wasn't selling, we haven't had any offers, we've updated, we've done all this stuff, we've lowered the price like crazy, we haven't had any single offers, it's looking like it's not going to work, and I just felt like, man, this just isn't going to happen. But I remember saying, but we're just going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying, even though it doesn't seem like it's possible. I'm going to keep trying. I posted that article, and I'm not kidding you, within 10 minutes of publishing that blog, got a call from our realtor that we had an offer, and that later that day we accepted.
It's sold! Woo! Lord have mercy, hallelujah, it finally sold. I can't believe it. I'm actually going to be able to get to move forward move down to Florida, become a trainer like I've been wanting to do. I am so pumped. I can't believe it.
I remember trying to start my coaching career. I remember just feeling like it just was completely hopeless. I remember finishing my first fiscal year of coaching and doing my taxes and realizing that I made triple digits in net income for the year. It was literally like $112 or something. It was crazy low. Like I basically broke even, and I just was really struggling. And it was January. I was like, okay, well, January's coming up. This is when everybody makes money in the fitness industry, right? Things will really pick up in January, and things will go better. I went into January with like 7 clients. By the end of January, I had 6 clients. And I remember February hitting here, and I'm just sitting there like, holy crap, this isn't going to work. Like I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to fail. I can't even pick up clients in January. What am I going to do? Like, I'm putting in all this effort, and it's just not working. And I thought to myself, maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe I should be realistic and try to find a job down here. And my wife doesn't even know this. I had this conversation with myself one night, so she's going to see this on video and go, what the hell? But I just remember going, man, like, I don't think this is going to work. And then I just said, nope, like, I've got to stick this through. Like, I remember asking my wife when we moved down here, I'm like, give me at least 2 or 3 years to at least try to start like making some kind of money, to just at least be able to help provide at least a little bit for the family. So give me at least 2 years. And it had only been a year at that point, not even a full year, honestly. So I'm like, all right, I just got to stick this out. I've got the support I need from home. I just have to keep grinding. This is how it works. Most businesses don't make money in the first couple of years. I just have to keep on. I just got to keep doing it. And, the end of February came around, and, I got a really good break for myself. My friend Tammy with Lifting My Spirits reached out to me to do some guest blogging for her, and that brought me some decent traffic. Things kind of started to snowball from there. And in March, all of a sudden, I was up to like 20 clients. By the end of the summer, I was up to like 30 clients. In the fall, I was up to like 35 clients or something like that. And it just catapulted right after I told myself that it was going to be too hard and it wasn't worth the effort, and I felt like I should quit. I did not quit. Things started getting better. And I've had that's just a couple instances, but I've had so many instances like that in my life where I just felt like rock bottom, not worth it, got to give up. No, don't give up. This is still important to you. This is something that you really want out of your life. Do not succumb and push forward. Boom, things get better. Will that always happen? No. But the important thing is, if it's important to you, you have to keep going. It's just so important to be true to yourself and to understand that you need to keep pushing and be honest with yourself. Like, how hard are you working? How much effort are you putting into this? If this is something that you really want, how much of your time and energy are you really, truly putting into this? All right. Sometimes when I look back and I didn't think things were going that well, I do a little reflection and, hey, maybe my effort wasn't where it needed to be. And we got to be honest with ourselves. So anyway, that's my big advice for today. If you feel like quitting, make sure that it's not because it just feels like it's too hard. All right. Make sure that it's because you want to go towards something else that is really important to you. And I don't know. I'm probably rambling at this point. So that's my message. Anything you want to talk about, drop them in the comments. And as always, I will talk to you guys later.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.